Welcome back, everybody, to the Mullet River Sprint Track. This is Group 2 of Round 1 of the Tag Team Sprints. We're excited for 11 laps of racing here today. Here's your first team, Puff and Snidely Whiplash. That's Team 13. Team 9-1 is Lily the Dog and Numbskull. Numbskull's 9, Lily Dog is number 1. Grey Wizard and DJ are Team 77 in their Lotuses. Team number 8 is Doc and Rubber Toe. We have another mixed team in Raw Sun God and Wally the Champ. Raw Sun God number 3, Wally the Champ is number 15. 4-6 and Uncle Elvis will be Team 79. Let's take a look at our rules for today. First 6 laps, the grid will rotate clockwise. The last 5 laps is what we call the runoffs. The grid is set by points. First place gets 7 points, second place gets 5, and on down. This is the Tag Team Sprints. Let's have some fun today. Here's your grid for lap 1. Puff and Lily the Dog will be in the front row. Grey Wizard and Rubber Toe will be in row 2. 4-6 and Ross Sun God will be in row 3. Points are on the right. Let's do this. Puff is in pole position. Lily to his left gets a good start and takes the whole shot. Come through Hank 10 and the Phil Collins corner. Lily is just going to take off and take that first lap. And we have a 3-way DNF right at the finish line. We're going to have to take a look and see what happened here. Lily does get around Puff in the carousel, but if you watch Rubber Toe here, looking at the Grey Wizard coming through the hard left, he just shoves him on top, and Grey Wizard does a Hang 10 through Hang 10. Holds on to it. I'm not sure how he got through Phil Collins still on his wheels. The Grey Wizard saved it going through the Phil Collins corner, but by the time they got to the Champs, got sideways and blocked Raw Sun God and 4-6, and they just couldn't make it to the finish line. Your finishing order is Lily the Dog, Puff, and then Rubber Toe. Your lap 2 grid has Numbskull and Rubber Toe up front, Whiplash and Wally Champ in the middle. DJ and Uncle Elvis will be in the third row. Right now, Lily the Dog and Numbskull are in first place with 7 points and do have the pole going into lap 2. And here we go. Numbskull takes him on down to the carousel and gets the whole shot. Rubber Toe's right behind him going through Phil Collins and the Champs. And Numbskull's going to take lap 1. Let's check out the replay. Everyone gets a decent start coming through the carousel. You can see Rubber Toe just getting by Whiplash on the way down the hill into the hard left. Whiplash gets sideways here and just starts blocking for the rest of the lap. Gets a good block a couple times on DJ, not letting anyone pass. You can see it coming through the Phil Collins corner here. They head on down to the finish line. Your finishing order is Numbskull, Rubber Toe, Whiplash, DJ, Numbskull, and Wally Champ bringing up the end. Here is your lap 3 grid. It's going to be Rubber Toe in pole position. Ross Sun God up in front row with them. Lily the Dog and 4-6 will be in middle row. Puff and Grey Wizard will be in row 3. Lily the Dog and Numbskull are in the lead after 2 laps. Rubber Toe has a pole position, brings him on down to the carousel, gets a nice lead. Lily the Dog right behind him gives a little bit of a challenge. Going through Champs, Rubber Toe making an easy lap out of it. Lily, by the time they hit the carousel, was already next to Ross Sun God and in front of him. Rubber Toe leads Lily the Dog away from the pack, but they do catch up by the time they hit the Hang 10 corner. But nobody can pass anybody down in Champs, and your finishing order is Rubber Toe, Lily the Dog, Ross Sun God, 4-6, the Grey Wizard, and Puff is at the end of the line as they cross the finish line. The teams will rotate again, and we're on to lap 4. Wally Champ and Uncle Elvis will be in the front row. Doc and DJ will be in row 2. Numbskull and Whiplash will be in row 3. This is a good chance for Wally Champ and Uncle Elvis to score some points, and it's also the first time that we've seen Doc today. Here's Wally Champ bringing him on down to the carousel. Doc does challenge Uncle Elvis. Uncle Elvis spins, finishes second. That's Wally Champ first, Uncle Elvis second, and Doc third. Here is the replay with Doc getting next to Uncle Elvis in the carousel, but Uncle Elvis is shutting the door, and when he spins, that gets Doc sideways, causes a little bit of a chain reaction behind him, and everybody decides to get into a single file line Seems like everyone's driving a little bit conservative today compared to the last group where we saw a lot more DNFs. Finishing order: Wally Champ, Uncle Elvis, Doc, DJ, Numbskull, Whiplash. Here is your grid for lap 5. 4, 6, and Grey Wizard will be in the front row. Ross Sun God and Puff will be in the middle. Doc and Lily the Dog will be in row 3. If you look at those points, Doc and Rubber Toe are catching up to Lily and Numbskull. Here is lap 5. 4, 6 in the pole position, heads on down to the carousel, and that is the Grey Wizard challenging him. Grey Wizard gets by, and so does Puff. It looks like Lily the Dog is going to finish 3rd. She started in 6th place. That is a great lap. Let's check this out. All the cars are together heading through the carousel. Down the hill is where 4-6 starts blocking. Everyone together through the hard left, and then the inside lane just starts coming through. By the time they get out of the Phil Collins corner, all 3 cars are in front of the outside lane. Lily even gets a challenge on Puff for 2nd place heading across that finish line. We'll get a good look at that here. As you can see, your finishing order is the Grey Wizard, Puff, Lily the Dog, 4-6, Ross Sun God, and Doc. Let's go to your grid for lap 6. In the front row, you're going to have DJ in the pole position. Next to him is Whiplash. Uncle Elvis and Numbskull will be in row 2. Wally Champ and Doc will be in row 3. Team 9-1 still has the lead with Team 8 behind them by about 4 points. Let's go to lap 6. And here's DJ in the pole position. Leads him on down to the carousel, gets a great start. Uncle Elvis is right behind him with Whiplash in 3rd. Whiplash blocks at the end. DJ takes the lap. Here is the replay. By the time they hit the hill coming down, and DJ has just got a great lead, but unfortunately gets sideways coming out of the hard left. Everyone groups up behind him. Numbskull challenges Whiplash, and Phil Collins just can't seem to get by him. Whiplash then blocks coming down that home stretch after Champ's corner. Your finishing order is DJ, Uncle Elvis, Whiplash, Numbskull, Doc, and Wally Champ bringing up the end here. Here comes the grid for lap 7, guys, and just a reminder that lap 7 starts the runoffs. That means the grid is entirely by how many points you have. The more points you have, the farther up the grid you start. Lily the Dog and Doc will be in the front row. Grey Wizard and Puff will be in the middle. 4, 6, and Ross Sun God will be in row 3. Only 5 points separate 2nd place to 5th place. The runoffs are going to be good. Here's Lily the Dog in pole position, takes him on down to the carousel. Grey Wizard gets past Doc. Doc gets sideways. Lily the Dog makes it an easy lap with Grey Wizard right behind him. Here's the replay. Lily and Grey Wizard get a great start. Ross Sun God does get around Puff and challenges Doc, but Doc shut that door down. But if you watch in the back here, Puff is going to get that position back, just passing Ross Sun God in the Champ's corner here, heading towards that finish line. Challenges him in the Phil Collins corner, passes him in Champs. Your finishing order is Lily the Dog, Grey Wizard, Doc, Puff, Ross Sun God, and 4-6. Heading over to lap 8, let's take a look at the grid and how we're starting. Lily the Dog won that last lap, so Numbskull will be starting from the pole position. Doc right next to him. DJ and Whiplash will be in row 2. Uncle Elvis and Wally Champ will be in row 3. Now only 4 points separate 2nd to 4th. Uncle Elvis is going to have to do something to get back into this. Numbskull takes him on down to the carousel. It looks like DJ gets past Doc. Numbskull spins, and DJ gets past Numbskull, and it was way too close at the end there to figure out who got 2nd, 3rd, 4th. I don't even know what happened, so we're going to have to check this out in the replay. Here is DJ getting past Doc. Heads on down, challenges Numbskull. Numbskull gets sideways. DJ uses the Phil Collins corner to get inside Numbskull by the time they get to Champs. Uncle Elvis just follows DJ through the traffic jam and challenges Numbskull for 2nd. And they finished so close, I'm not sure who finished 2nd yet, so we're going to have to see this. Man, that's close. Here it is in slow motion. And it goes to Uncle Elvis, beats Numbskull at the line for 2nd. That means Uncle Elvis came all the way from the row 3 to take 2nd. Lily the Dog and Grey Wizard will be in row 1. Rubber Toe and Whiplash will be in row 2. It says Uncle Elvis, but it'll actually be 4-6 in Wally Champ in row 3. As you can see, Team 77 moved up to 2nd place, Team 8 down to 3rd. Here we go with lap 9. And here's Lily the dog taking them on down to the carousel. It looks like Rubber Toe gets in 2nd place past Grey Wizard, but disappears from the track. Lily the dog takes a lap. Let's see what happened here. Here's the replay. Both Lily the dog and Rubber Toe get a great start. They come on down through the hard left and hang 10. It looks like Rubber Toe got on the wall coming out of the hang 10. Could not save it. Oh, he just flew off the track and nailed that Aston Martin. I'm not sure if he lost control or just hates Aston Martins. Just absolutely crushed that thing. The lap's finishing order is Lily the dog. Lily Numbskull really stretching out that lead. Then it's Grey Wizard, Puff, Ross Sungon, and 4-6. We have 2 laps left. This is your lap 10 grid. Numbskull and DJ will be in row 1. Rubber Toe and Whiplash will be in row 2. Uncle Elvis and Wally Champ will be in row 3, and there's only 1 point between 3rd place and 4th place, and 5th place is only 3 points behind them. This can be close. Here is Numbskull leading them on down to the carousel, and Rubber Toe is right behind him. Rubber Toe hangs on to it this time. Single file finish. Numbskull takes another lap. Team 9-1 just stretching out that lead. Here is Rubber Toe trying to make up some points that he lost in the last lap. DJ right behind Rubber Toe. Uncle Elvis makes it back up into 4th place. That means Whiplash is down in 5th, and his team needs the points to catch up to Doc and Rubber Toe. Your finishing order is Numbskull, Rubber Toe, DJ, Uncle Elvis, Whiplash, Wally Champ. And we're on to lap 11. This is the last lap of the entire race for the day. Lily the dog and Grey Wizard will be in the front row. Rubber Toe and Puff will be in the middle. 4-6 and Raw Sun God will be in row 3. Puff and Whiplash need a lot of luck. Foreskin and Uncle Elvis need a prayer. Team 9-1 and Team 77 are moving on. Here we go with lap 11. Lily the dog, once again in that pole position, takes off. Rubber Toe gets that 2nd place again from Grey Wizard. Oh no, he flips over in the Phil Collins corner. Lily the dog and I believe Puff finished. Is that a quadruple DNF? I only saw 2 finish the lap. Here's Lily the dog and Rubber Toe getting a great start. That is Grey Wizard right behind him and Puff in 4th. And Rubber Toe once again gets on the wall and flips it in the Phil Collins corner. That holds back Grey Wizard, and Puff passes Grey Wizard. They're both pushing Rubber Toe towards that finish line. All Rubber Toe has to do is break that laser and doesn't quite get there. Let's see what this does with the final points. Lily the dog and Puff are the only ones that finish. The rest of the 4 cars all piled up right before the finish line. This can be close. Oh, Puff and Whiplash get into 3rd place. Doc and Rubber Toe down to 4th place. Puff and Whiplash will be moving on by 1 point. Lily the dog and Numbskull crushed this entire thing with 60 points. Grey Wizard and DJ with 41. Puff and Whiplash with 36. Doc and Rubber Toe with 35. 4-6 and Uncle Elvis with 29, and Ross Sun God and Wally Champ with 22. Your fastest lap of the day is Lily the dog at a 4.4965. That does not beat the track record of Daddy G's 4.3732. A lot less carnage than last week, but it's still a crazy, crazy finish. If you're ever interested in racing and these kind of races, check out redlinederby.com. It's a great, great website. You'll get all the information there. We'll see you next time right here at the Mullet River Sprint Track for the Take Team Sprints Finals. Until then, please like and subscribe. Take care.